told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear. And it is an honor, actually, that they endorsed Dr. Martin Luther King and were against the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's actually an honor. Now, when you say that they also, in the same Newsweek poll magazine, I think the pollster said that he went into the Negro community and asked about the Muslims. And many Negroes whom he asked said, well, I never heard of the Muslims. Who are they? You know,
this is the rank and file we're talking
about. Now, when they got down to the rank and file, this was the answers that they got. This is equivalent to the situation in Kenya during the Mau Mau uprising, when many frightened whites in Kenya, Africa.
All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makar Kodash. I want to say double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity, and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching and prophesying. In the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, I'm the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii. Coming to you to another quick lesson. And this lesson was inspired actually by this video right here. This video right here, where Richard Pryor, you know, he was high on coke, so they say he was high on something, but he was telling the truth about himself and about his particular industry that he in, man. And it just made me think about all these so-called black leaders and people that you venerate. They don't necessarily have to be a particular black leader, but you know, when our people look for leadership, they look to the people who have material gain. Matter of fact, let me open up with that. Open up with the scripture real quick. And just bear with me, man. Just going off the spirit real quick. Okay. This is the book of. All right. Slaki. The book of Yep. It's the book of First Timothy chapter 6, verse 5. I'll start at 3. This is First Timothy 6 and 3. If any man teach otherwise and consent not to the wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and to the doctrine which is according to godliness, he is proud, knowing nothing, but doteth about questions and strifes of words, whereof come envy, strife, railings, evil surmisings, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds, and destitute of the truth, supposing gain is godliness. For such withdraw thyself, because these leaders that we have, both now in the present and in the past, when I'm talking about the leaders of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, our leaders, they're all bought and paid for. You know, and when you see these people with all of this gain in this world, people suppose that's godliness. And you can look at your local pastors and preachers for the same example. They don't necessarily have to be somebody who's so-called famous in this world, man. When people will rather listen to a person with wealth than a person that is deemed to be in poverty or poor. There's a scripture about a poor man's wisdom, right? This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 16. Ecclesiastes 9, verse 16. And it says, then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. Exactly. When you look at these so-called wealthy or rich individuals of our people, you'll listen to what they got to say. Like when, you notice like when people that are so-called famous in this world drop dead, the first thing you want to do is, well, the people now, what they do is they go to social media and they'll take an old interview and they'll put some ominous music behind them. And they had you thinking that these people were so deep and ultra introspective. But when they live their lives, these niggas live recklessly, worshiping evil, doing evil, committing wickedness, and nobody had nothing to say. But then you'll venerate these same people and turn them into an idol, somebody that's super deep and again introspective when in reality they're not, you know? And at the end of the day, the only reason why you're listening to these people is because they're so-called rich in this world. But the poor, meaning us, the prophets, starting on with the apostles, the elders, the brothers on down, we all live very meager lives, man. We live meager and simple lives. They're not, when you see us in person, we're not these type of people that you see on this screen right here. Even them, like that's why they say you never want to meet your heroes, because you meet these guys, man. These guys, especially these niggas in the world, these so-called wealthy people of our people in the world, they're really despotic people, and you see a lot of flaws in them because their life is very manicured, it's put together, And then again, who does these so-called presidents and these wealthy people, who do they go get? Kanye West, this dude, he sways millions to do whatever he want. Like people dress like this nigga. He put a shirt on sale and it's fucking off them. It's sold out in a matter of seconds. So Esau will see a nigga like this and he'll use him for his nefarious purposes. And Jake think that this man wants to sit down and across from you and dialogue with you about the so-called the so-called black, Latino, Native American plight, which they could care less about that. They're just using you as a tool to manipulate the masses of your own people. And these leaders, in reality, they're no good. These niggas are some of the worst of our people. And if you saw anything that these people have done to obtain the meager wealth that they have, you'll be appalled, man. You should be. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. Um, For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. And when you read it in NLT, it says, for the leaders of the people have misled them. They have led them down the path of destruction. Exactly. When you look at, let's just type in black celebrities. Celebrities. And let's look at some of these images of these so-called black celebrities. Let me see. Black hip hop celebrities, right? A lot of these people that you see that you call celebrities, and they'll have these niggas talk to you about whatever agenda they want to push. They led you down to a path of destruction. This nigga, 21 Savage, he make niggas want to go out and shoot niggas with a stick. You got the nigga Offset and Cardi B. This nigga wife teaches you to be a slut and to overpower your man, pushes the spirit of feminism. Meanwhile, she's married to her husband, cleaning up the fucking house. The same demon said that she don't cook, she don't clean, but let her tell you how she got that ring. And this weak, effeminate sodomite of her husband, this nigga teaches you to what? Smoke drugs, shoot niggas the fuck up, live a thug life, But in reality, this nigga wouldn't shoot a bubble in a water in a gunfight, in a water fight, man. Another nigga, these nigga Drake, Tupac, a lot of niggas venerate this nigga. Oh, he was a prophet. Oh, he was a godsend. But this nigga, what did he do? First he told you that, keep your head up. Brenda's got a baby. Dear mama. Then the nigga turned into super thug. He was a super blood. Shooting niggas up, wonder why they call you bitch. All of this weirdo shit. Again, they put these niggas on a pedestal. They make movies about niggas like this. Why? Because our people love to emulate what they see and never what they hear, especially when it's the truth. You got this nigga Ice Cube. He used to be the nigga you love to hate. Now the nigga is doing movies, family kid movies. Eazy-E. These niggas, it was on the backs of these niggas that gangster rap came into fruition, man. And who was behind them? The Edomite, you know, the niggas, all of this weirdo gangster shit, walking and riding around with guns, emulating a life that was really happening, which was tearing up the so-called ghetto. A lot of them homes in California were middle class homes. They weren't projects. They got projects there, but it wasn't like you see on the East Coast. It was single family homes, neighborhoods, and these niggas got up in there pushing that wicked evil vibration and having niggas getting put to death. Yeah, cops was kicking ass and beating niggas up, and it was racist. But these niggas ain't help it. But these are your leaders. These are the people that you venerate. You hold up high, man. You put up murals of these niggas. You try to emulate their life. Oh, he's a super entrepreneur. This nigga's, you don't know. This nigga's a demon. This nigga's a Satanist. They completely believe in Satan. And you went from being all this hardcore shit, this hardcore shit. This is nothing but an image that was made up. This is not who O'Shea Jackson is, aka Ice Cube, or Sean Carter, Slacky, Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z. And you went from all of that to super thug to super drug dealer, and you niggas is out here super gay, man. And your woman out here overweight and obese, thinking that she is a fucking runway model, man. Because these are the people that they set up. Like Malcolm X said, man, he was like, "Hey, man, you're I like to play this one because it's shorter, and they ain't talking too much about that Islam shit. But let me play this real quick."
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader.
Yeah, you see this devil smiling because you don't see that. You don't see that in the Arab community, the Chinese community, the Edomite community. None of these places, none of these nations that have their own land, their own military, their sovereign, so somewhat semi-autonomous and sovereignty. You don't see that. Only time you see that is amongst us because Esau creates these niggas for you. Like, again, going back at some of these characters, Ice Cube was created. What's the nigga Tupac? This nigga was created, man. These niggas are nothing but a figment of some weirdo Amalekite Edomite sitting in a room somewhere and say, "Oh yeah, let's do this. Let's pump this nigga up, man." Until they find the next nigga to pump up. You see these niggas smiling and grinning in ear to ear, but they cause you to be destroyed, man. They lead you to destruction. They cause you to either, what is it? Where's it at? Tremors thy ways to seek love. Tremors thy ways, Jeremiah 2 and 33. Jeremiah 2 and 33. Because they're not teaching you the right way. And then you got the real men of the Lord down here trying to teach you the right way. Niggas ain't got no time. You don't want to hear it. We're bums. We're what's called a bumites. You call us all of these manners of things because we don't have the shiny get up. We don't have the shiny get up. We don't have the praise and the what's that? We don't have the praise and the acclaim that these niggas in the world have. We don't have that, right? Jeremiah 2 and 33. It says, "Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways." And we've done that. And that's why you see Jake in the condition that they in. And in the NIV it says, "How skilled you are at pursuing love. Even the worst of women can learn from your ways." The NLT says, "How you plot and scheme to win your lovers. Even an experienced prostitute could learn from you." Exactly, man. And Jake will do that. And they do it because they want fame, they want money, they want influence over somebody. They want to be able to possess power over their people. And the influence that they bring over our people is a wicked influence, man. All these gangster rap niggas. Let me see these all these gangster rap niggas. These type niggas. These It's all about jewelry, how much money I got, how many bitches I done fuck, how many niggas I done shot the fuck up, how many cases you done caught. Don't you know that you filling up prisons with niggas following after these niggas? How many niggas died? How many Jakes had to be put to death behind listening to one of these niggas' music? You know, you riding around looking for a drill, but then meanwhile these niggas get to walk away in the sunset and reinvent themselves, while the vast majority of Jakes fall into this kind of category, you know. But these are your leaders. These niggas done sold out to Satan. Look at this nigga throwing up the 666 mark, in and out of fucking prison, and got Jake out there thinking that that's a victory. Yeah, tinnitus, man. You got Jake out here thinking that that shit is a victory to be in a to look at this nigga, look at this shit. These are the niggas that you praise, man. These are the niggas that women are attracted to. You know, really because these niggas got some type of substance that they can leech off of these niggas. You know, yeah, this nigga, they made this nigga a fucking god after he dropped dead. You know, but this nigga killed people, did all kinds of wickedness. He died by the sword because he lived by the sword. But only in our community do you find this shit. You don't see this shit nowhere else. But that's because you trimming your ways to seek love. Okay, Jeremiah 3:15. Oh, no, not that one yet. Salaki. Isaiah, back in Isaiah 9 and 16. But for the leaders of this people, cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Therefore, the Lord shall have no joy of their young men, neither shall have mercy on their fatherless and widows, which is your kids and your women. For everyone is a hypocrite, and evildoer, and every mouth speaketh folly. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. So even though Jake is in this mindset, guess what? The Lord's still putting his hand out, telling you to repent and turn back. You know, turn back from this wickedness and evil, man. Because the ones that you venerate, these niggas that you put up on high, you know, these niggas are causing you to destroy yourself. And when you find out who they truly are, you wouldn't want to be like these people, man. You wouldn't want to be around this nigga right here. If you knew exactly what these niggas was doing with these Amalekites. See, like the devil, he'll set a nigga like this up, make him a sex symbol, have you hypersex, make him a gang nigga, you know. Meanwhile, making billions off of you, man. And you lauding this nigga like he's somebody to be praised. Look at all these Jakes. They love to be around this fucking devil. You notice that his grimace never changes in none of his pictures. His teeth, you don't even see, you barely see this nigga teeth. You know? He got a hold on all these niggas, man. All of these niggas. All of these niggas. Same wicked look, man. And these are the men that you aspire to be like. You know? Just wicked, man. Wicked ass niggas. Look, you notice he around everybody, man. Satan. Always there. You know? And they again, these niggas will go back to verse 17. It says, therefore the Lord shall have no joy of their young men, neither shall have mercy on their fatherless and widows, for everyone is a hypocrite. That's right. These niggas are hypocrites. These niggas will tell you where that nigga at. This nigga, Jeezy, Mr. Snowman himself. This nigga told you to sell dope and kill each other, get birds. You know, he was super drug dealer. Now this nigga's a fucking husband with a good wife and trying to raise a family of in a nuclear environment, man. But this is the same nigga that told you to kill yourself. And again, they reinvent themselves. This nigga went from this nigga to this guy. You know what I'm saying? Looking like a straight up homosexual, man. Which he probably is a closeted faggot, man. This is the same nigga that told you to trap or die. Trap or fucking die. And how many niggas are so dope listening to this nigga, picking up drugs, traveling, being witches and warlocks, destroying their communities, listening to a nigga like him, but yet he gets to clean up his image. He gets to reinvent himself and make himself an entrepreneur, put him slim down, because the nigga got money now so he can eat better. He can work out more. You know what I'm saying? He can hire motherfuckers, an image consultant. Because that's what happened. This nigga went from this to this. This is an image consultant, man. This nigga look real fucking suspect right here, bro. And then they'll try to front every time you ever notice, whenever they want you niggas to touch into that blackness, they'll put a nigga in a black beret and a black jacket looking like a fake ass Black Panther, man. Which that shit was set up too. Whenever they talk about freedom and shit for you niggas, they put a nigga in a fucking in a Black Panther outfit. Like what's that nigga name? Corday. And her. They performed at an award show. What is this at? An award show. Corday and her. Yeah. They had this nigga performing at an award show. This nigga, look, the black beret, the black outfit, man, had a nigga dressed in all black, like the omen, which is really a witchcraft ceremony going on right here. But these are niggas that they want you to be like. You here it is. They had you destroying your families, destroying yourselves. Hey, look at this nigga. This nigga was super crip, man. And look at his son, man. Bugged the fuck out, effeminate, homosexual out. These are the niggas that you praise and worship, man. You idolize, man. These are your leaders, man. These are your leaders now. Because the Lord took away the real leaders, but He given them back via the apostles, man. Isaiah chapter 3. Yeah, the Most High will remove the leaders. Because the leaders that you had, them niggas was false, man. They have you going a false way, straight into idolatry, head first. Isaiah 3:1, for behold, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread, the whole stay of water, the mighty man, the man of war, the judge, the prophet, and the prudent, and the ancient, the captain of 50, and an honorable man, and the counselor, and the cunning artificer, and the eloquent orator. And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them, man. And you look up that word for children, there is Nayar, and it says a boy, a lad, a servant. And Esau is the servant. Esau is the real servant, but he's ruling over us, man. And they're oppressing us. And it says, and babes shall rule over them. The word for babe in the Hebrew is Taya Lawal Yum. Taya Lawal Yum. It says a wantoners, a vexation, delusion. Inflict them. A caprice shall rule over them. Their wanton dealing, i.e., that inflicted them, which is Esau, Edom. And that's why you got these heathen nations ruling over us, because and it says, and all the people shall be oppressed, and that's what you see today, every one by another, and you definitely see that in the hood. When you go to the ghetto, Esau don't gotta be there no more, except for his police patrol. But Jake is doing the oppression themselves. It used to be Esau doing it, but now you just got Jake doing it to each other. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient. You see that every day. You hear stories of children running around here, young men running around here beating old people to death. Why? Because everybody want to be a driller. Everybody want to be a gangster. Everybody want to be a thug. And it start with these whack-ass leaders, man. These niggas, man. That's why 2/3 of niggas gonna drop dead horribly, man. It says, what was I at? It says, And the people shall be oppressed, every one by another, and every one of his neighbors. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable. And you see that. Because when you see these niggas, these are the bases of our people. These niggas are the base of our people, man. The base, the lowest of our people, man. These are not the best of our people. I don't care about their talent. All Israelites got some type of God-given talent. If you a Jake, you got some type of talent. May not be enough to make millions and billions, but you have a talent. You got to find it. You know? So it ain't their talent. These niggas kill each other up. This nigga shot one of his niggas. He tried to get this nigga killed. But yet, in the end, these niggas do a show together, go on tour together. And meanwhile, people lost their lives to these niggas, man. Again, remember I told you these niggas reinvent themselves. You got Fat Gucci versus Skinny Gucci. Skinny Gucci, man. Hey, look at this shit. He went from this. He was telling you niggas to drink syrup, smoke weed, do drugs, you know, and when he did it, look at this nigga. This nigga was 1,000 fucking pounds, man. Nigga get locked the fuck up and he changed his image, man. Got skinny, got healthier, got off the drugs, you know. But how many niggas still look like this nigga and act like this nigga, think like this nigga, you know? It's the same dude. But they change their image. They get image consultants. They reinvent themselves and try to change themselves, man. Meanwhile, the millions of Israelites that follow these niggas are through, man. Are through. All them fucking tattoos on their body. There's niggas right now trying to look just like this nigga, man. You know? And bitches, they swoon over a nigga like this. But this the same wicked nigga. Ain't nothing changed. The same wicked nigga. The shaved face, black ass mouth. And the nigga drinking more water and working out every fucking day. You know, told you niggas to drink Hypnotic and Hennessy. Destroying yourselves, man. Meanwhile, the nigga get to reinvent himself and change his image, man. And Esau's behind all this shit, man. Shit is fucking sad, man. It's terrible. It's fucking terrible because, like, this nigga, going back to this nigga Richard Pryor, this nigga, look at this nigga. This nigga was high the fuck up, man. And when this nigga dropped dead, hey, this nigga was in a fucking wheelchair, man. Suffering from all kinds of ailments. The Lord really plagued this nigga, man. Let me play this real quick.
What you said this morning?
That's this morning. I ain't no good. I ain't gonna try to be no good. This nigga should be in pandemic. Now, but I'm making money. They're paying me $2 million to do this movie. Do you believe it? My grandmother didn't make that all her life. She's a better woman than you are, man.
You want to talk about this movie?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to know about this movie?
Stir crazy.
Sucks.
Now, Gene Wilder said that
Gene Wilder ain't shit. He's a faggot.
No, come on. You don't mean that.
Yeah, I mean it. You ain't gonna put it on.
Is that why he said he was going to marry you?
Yeah, he can suck my dick. I don't care. I like Gene though, because he's funny.
Did he?
But he's queer as a $3 bill. How you feel, Herb?
He just.
No, I'm happy, man. Look, let me tell you something. I got money. I don't give a fuck about nothing.
And that's the mentality of a nigga. And it's the same nigga that y'all venerate. Y'all see this nigga in the wheel. Look, Richard Pryor. I don't know. I spelled this nigga name all bro. Richard Pryor. Look, he said that he called this nigga a faggot. Said he was a homosexual. But look, he taking pictures with this nigga later in life. Yeah, I said these niggas are hypocrites, bro. You see this nigga in a wheelchair. Everybody heart go out for this nigga, but the nigga lived a reckless and dangerous life, man. He lived a reckless, dangerous life, man. Fuck, he didn't care about his life because he had money. He told you he wasn't shit, man. This nigga was not anybody to be lauded as the greatest of anything. Niggas mad wicked, man. Niggas mad wicked, bro. But then when a nigga get old, y'all, we gotta show respect to this nigga. No, this nigga fucked his own body up. All them hard ass drugs, burning himself, running through a fucking fire. You know what I'm saying? It came out later in life that Richard Pryor's son had been sexually molested by fucking this nigga Paul Mooney. They swept it under the rug. The nigga died quietly, man. And everybody know this nigga was a closeted homosexual, man. Matter of fact, there's a video of Richard Pryor and Paul Mooney. Had a sexual twist, and everybody just laughed. Let me see. And everybody just laughed like it was funny, but it was the hell truth. And he even said it. I think Richard Pryor even said it that he had in the 70s, man. All of them niggas dealt with each other. Him and Marlon Brando. You know, him and Marlon Brando slept together. It was the 70s. Yeah, Richard Pryor's widow confirms Quincy Jones' claim that Pryor slept with Marlon Brando. That shit really happened. And again, this is the real Richard Pryor. When you look at a nigga like this is who this nigga is. This nigga's he's not a leader. He was never a leader of our people. He never cared about his people. He didn't give a fuck, man. He was just a fucking jester, a class clown, man. For the world, man. And he's an example of all these so-called leaders, man. This is Jeremiah 3:15. I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. And that's something that these so-called black leaders don't feed you with. You see this, I had blew this picture up right here because they got this nigga, they claim that this nigga was crying at some type of event, Red Fox and Eartha Kitt at a rally in New York for the freedom fighters of Birmingham. Red was asked to give a speech. Let me visit this shit right here. Visit this shit. Red was asked to give a speech. Yeah, it says, let me see. Let's read this. Red Fox and Eartha Kitt. I don't need this one right here. It says Red Fox and Eartha Kitt at a rally in New York for the freedom fighters in Birmingham, which them niggas was pushing that integration shit. It says Red was asked to give a speech when he began, he quoted a passage from Genesis. Halfway through, he broke down with emotion. What the fuck? This nigga ain't know nothing about Genesis. Why would he cry? You know, it says halfway through, he broke down with emotion over the many injustices being dealt the freedom fighters. One of many reasons I love Red Fox. Respect. See, now this nigga's a leader. Again, Malcolm X told you niggas. He said, your comedians are your leaders, man. Lena Horne, trumpet players, you know, singers, dancers, athletes, Jim Brown. This nigga's an actor, man. She's an actress. All these niggas were actors, man. You got Bear Rustin right here. He was a sodomite, man. It says he wasn't just crying over that, but the mistreatment, which is an understatement, of everyone involved in the civil rights movement, May 7th, which that was a huge deal back then to get you Jakes to integrate. Esau got all people, notable people at the time, to get Jake in a mindset of marching, non-violence, accepting your space in Esau's world, and then integrating in your world. And what it ended up doing, it snatched all your power away, the meager power that you did have. Before integration, you had whole communities of so-called Negroes, okay, doing very well for themselves, man. And then Esau come in, destroy it, which this ain't our rest. So, you know, we understand through the spirit why it happened. But still, you had more strength prior to integration. You had your own schools, you had your own neighborhoods. Not every black community, so-called black community, or so-called Negro community, because you weren't black then, so-called Negro community, not every one of them had, you know, was downtrodden, man. You had a lot of wealthy, so-called black communities, Negro communities, man. It says, It says, but of the mistreatment, which is an understatement, of everyone involved in the civil rights movement. My 7-year-old brought up MLK's birthday, which is coming up, which he was another demon. So I told him what black people had gone through, which were not black, were Israelites. And of course, particularly of the tribe of Judah. And of course, of the conversation led into the freedom riders. I told him I don't ever believe you can't make a difference. People have accomplished so much, and it usually starts with an idea, a person, a conversation. Educate your children in all areas, and injustice to one of us should be an injustice to all of us, which that's bullshit because you niggas is killing each other. You unjust to yourselves, man. But again, you got these people feigning leadership. Oh, he started reading the book of Genesis and started crying. The fuck out of here, man. The fuck out of here. These niggas is nothing but sellouts, man. Sellouts, sellouts, and weirdos, man. Coretta Scott King, another demon. You know, even James Brown, he had a hit song called "I'm Black and I'm Proud." Fucking Michael Jackson, this little demon. He grew up to be an adult demon. You know, I think they said the nigga Red Fox and Malcolm X ran together. Chicago Red and Detroit Red. Yeah. Yeah, and this nigga turned, and remember I told you these niggas like to reinvent themselves. He went from a street thug to this articulate orator and statesman, man. You'd have never thought that Malcolm Little would be Malcolm X, if that's even his nigga's real name. And he was an insider. All these niggas were insiders for Esau, inciting you to follow an appeal. Really, they were siphoning out the leadership. Because as, what's this nigga, J. Edgar Hoover? J. Edgar Hoover said this. Yep. J. Edgar Hoover told Jakes, there will never be another black Messiah. Wait a minute, who was the first one? Yahushua. Who was the first so-called black Messiah? Yahushua. There will never be another black Messiah unless we create him. And they gave you these false-ass leaders. Here's the real reason why we no longer have national black leaders like Malcolm X and Martin anymore, which he was a Boule member. I'm sure he probably was. These are all niggas that was set up, and they kill these niggas. They don't care. They kill a cult of personality, and a nigga probably go into the background and die of old age. It says black leaders like Malcolm and Martin anymore. It's by white design. There will never be another black Messiah unless we create them, which these niggas weren't the Messiahs. They weren't the deliverer of our people. Yahushua is. Micah 3:11. The heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean upon Yahweh and say, is not Yahweh amongst us? None evil can come upon us. And that's what they do. You got your modern leaders like Nate from the IUIC, you know, telling Jake to telling Jake to juice up, you know, telling Jake to juice up. Yeah, telling you to juice up, telling you that the MOTB is not the microchip. These niggas doing the same thing, telling you that you could tell who the Lord is dealing with if by their uniforms and shit. This is all bullshit, man. And then they got Jake going way the fuck off, man. You know, they have a guise of godliness. I mean, they have a outer look of godliness, but on the inside, these niggas is wicked. And then the true leaders, you don't want to listen to the apostles. You don't want to listen to the elders, brothers, a great millstone. You don't want to listen to that because that's not what you like. But listen, nigga, we telling you to repent so you can possibly be saved, man. You know, telling you to turn away from evil. Because when you see these so-called leaders of yours, man, and you see the wickedness that's behind these niggas, first of all, a lot of you wouldn't even believe it, but you be really fucked up, man. You know, You be really messed up in the head. And your real leaders the whole time, you were just ignoring them. You know, again, when you go back to this video, man, Richard Pryor was a straight up piece of shit, man. And he didn't stop being a piece of shit. The nigga kept being a piece of shit until he dropped dead. Gene Wilder on his sexual chemistry with Richard Pryor. What? I'm not even gonna play that shit. But see, the whole time he was calling this dude a faggot and all this other shit, he was one himself. You see? The leaders of these people caused them to err. And Richard Pryor, he led a whole generation into that comedic field. He in the comedic industry, Richard Pryor is heralded as like the top 5, man, of black comedics, man. He's like a comedic god to these niggas, man. And these niggas follow his path into folly, hypocrisy, okay, and wickedness and evil. You know? Let me play this again and then we'll end it off.
Jingle but love. Charlie Chaplin's dead and fucking. And they tried to steal his body.
That's right. They did
Steal
try to
mine
steal.
when I'm dead because I ain't gonna be there.
But did you have any comedians you look up to when you were?
I've never had a comedian I looked up to. I looked up to the Bank of America.
No, now that isn't what you said this morning.
That's this morning. This afternoon. I ain't no good. I ain't gonna try to be no good. This nigga should be in penitentiary. Now that I'm making money, they're paying me $2 million to do this movie. Do you believe it? My grandmother didn't make that all her life. She's a better woman than you are, man.
You want to talk about this movie?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to know about this movie?
Stir crazy.
Sucks.
Now, Gene Wilder said that.
Gene Wilder ain't shit. He's a faggot.
No, come on. You don't mean that.
Yeah, I mean it. Jingle but love.
Is that why he said he was going to marry you?
Yeah, he can suck my dick. I don't care. I like Gene though, because he's funny.
Did he?
But his queers are $3 bill. How you feel, Herb?
He just.
No, I'm happy, man. Look, let me tell you something. I got money. I don't give a fuck about nothing. Because you all can, if they take my money, they got to take yours.
Okay. Did you
Let me be intelligent like mathematics. The black man, the reason the revolution has come down.
See, yeah, and that revolution shit was all bullshit too. Yeah, look at this nigga, all his damn teeth. Niggas love to smile and show them fucking teeth, man. And that's what they really thought about that shit. And this nigga was alive when that so-called revolution was going on. And you know what? That revolution siphoned a lot of natural leaders from among Jake, like Fred Hampton Jr., man. Well, Fred Hampton. You know what I'm saying? He was a grassroots leader, you know, at the time, so they say. And other people, and a lot of Jake got thrown in prison, still in prison for following behind their so-called revolutionary shit. Niggas had a whole bunch of bug outs, man. And this is what they really thought about it, man.
The black man, the reason the revolution has come down because I don't know nothing. Do you understand me? I don't know shit. I'm lucky. I threw 17 times.
I'm telling you, man, these niggas ain't shit. They explain to you that they're not shit, bro. You see this shit for yourself, man. It might be an old video, man, but this is all these niggas that y'all venerate, man. From Nipsey Hussle to which y'all venerate that nigga after he dropped dead. Jay-Z, Oprah Winfrey, all these niggas, man. All Bill Cosby, all of these niggas, man, are nothing but insiders, sellouts, man. No integrity, no faith, no fear of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man.
Well, my number's up, but I kept the money.
Well,
the nigga said his numbers up, but he kept the money because he sold out. Hey, so with that, I'm going to say shalom, I'm on to the next.